Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I know this feels like, at least on my end, feels a little formal because I have you like on the tripod, but I feel like there's a lot that I want to like chit chat with y'all about. So I know that it was just like I tried doing it, like holding it, and it was just like super shaky. So for y'all's sake, I decided to pop y'all up on the tripod. I haven't talked to y'all in so long. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, most of this won't be news, some of it will be, because some of it's kind of recent. If you saw my last plan with me, which is the first video I had posted in a long time, actually it's still not up, but by the time y'all see this video it will be, then you have a little bit of an idea of what's been going on. But I wanted to like sit down, look at the camera and talk to y'all. So first of all, I have, do y'all see? This is Luna. She's curled up over here. Look at her. And then on this side, you'll see I have Odin. So I'm surrounded by my children. They're both, of course, like one of them gets on my lap, the other one wants to be on my lap. That's just how it is. So anyway, like I said, some of it might not be news, some of it will be, but I wanted to like chit chat with y'all. So I have not uploaded a plan with me as of right now. Obviously by the time y'all see this, like I said, there will be a new plan with me, but since I think February, so it's been quite a while. And I was doing vlogs for a little while, and then I stopped doing vlogs in May. Now I was feeling really overwhelmed, not like necessarily with YouTube, but just with life. Like, we were moving into this house. I wanted to have everything done. Like the fact that, are you done? The fact that this house like wasn't, like, it was in shambles was like really stressing me out. I don't know, and I wasn't feeling well. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know why I wasn't feeling well. But now I do, and now I can kind of share with y'all. I'll get into all the details in a moment, but I do want to kind of just say up front that I'm not ready to fully talk about what's wrong with me, or like what I was diagnosed with. I just don't want to. I'm really afraid of having people judge my life or any choice I make or anything I put online, you know, because like, oh, like she shouldn't be doing these kinds of activities because she has XYZ, or, you know, she shouldn't be wearing that, or she shouldn't be eating that, or she shouldn't be drinking that, or she shouldn't be saying that, or whatever it may be. I'm just so afraid of that. I'm afraid of what that could potentially do to like my mental health, that I just, for now at least, I don't want to share that part. But I want to share with y'all all the details, and like as far as like what led up to me going to get checked. And also just want to share about my summer. I had an amazing summer. Do y'all see this on my hand right now? I got engaged. I'm so happy about that. It's been a wild summer. So let's start kind of at the beginning, at least where I like left off, where I stopped vlogging. So back in May, like I said, I just wasn't feeling well, and I was enjoying sharing with y'all, but I think I even mentioned in a few vlogs, like I felt like something was off, something was wrong. But I just kept telling myself, like, you're tired, like you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're just tired. Once you get some sleep, you'll be fine. Or like you're just stressed out. The house is a huge mess, so obviously you're just super stressed out. I kept making excuses for how I was feeling, and just saying or making myself think that what I was feeling was normal. So I have mentioned to y'all that I love summer because I'm a water person. I love being at the beach, lake, pool. I mean, you give me water and I'm happy. I love all of that. So even though that's the case, and even though my birthday's in the summer, and typically we do fun things in the summer, I actually have I wouldn't necessarily call it seasonal depression, but you know, I feel like I struggle more. Like I'm down more during the summers. I don't feel as happy during the summers. Like it's just a thing, right? And it's been something I've mentioned in YouTube videos and like Plan With Me's and stuff. I'm just like typically not as happy or as myself feeling in the summers. But I had an exceptionally good summer. Like, aside from not feeling well, we had so much fun. We went river tubing a bunch of times, which is something I've been wanting to do forever, and like finally got, you know, like finally went to do it. So that was an absolute blast. We went to this place called Sun's Island for my birthday, which we're actually going back next weekend. I'm gonna vlog it, and it's like a spectacular place. I wish I could say like I recommend going there, but they're actually closing it down because they're having to like drain the lakes and river that it's around. It's like this whole big thing that's happening in the area, and that's a whole another story. But it's just, you know, like I got engaged. I'll tell y'all the engagement story in a minute. I am also going to share the video because Luis did film it, and I'll share that, probably be the next video that y'all see after this. It was just, you know, we had a great summer, but throughout the whole summer I kept saying I don't feel well, and I told Luis, I don't remember the last time that I woke up and I said I feel good today, you know, I feel well, I feel healthy. I couldn't remember, but I also I wasn't sick. I didn't feel sick. I wasn't, you know, I had no stomach issues, I had no fevers, I had like nothing was actually wrong with me other than me saying I don't feel well. So let me go ahead and start kind of with the happier things, our engagement. Let me see, I don't know if it'll, oh, I don't know if there, I think it's kind of focusing. So this is like my dream ring, y'all. I wanted an oval ring with a halo, or even just an oval solitaire, but I really wanted an oval ring. Luis and I have been talking about getting married since the beginning of us dating, pretty much. I think within like 3-4 months of us dating, I was already like looking at wedding dresses, you know, and we would talk about it and things. So we knew, you know, we knew early on it was for keeps. We really, you know, I feel like we both knew, but we both felt the same way, that we wanted to wait. We wanted to really get to know each other. We wanted to make sure it was a for sure thing. And we started talking about weddings, like seriously, probably in December, like this past December. And we went to look at rings, and I didn't want to pick the exact ring, but I wanted him to know what style of ring I liked. So we went to like look, we saw, I don't know, tons of rings, because I just wanted him to have an idea of like what I was, you know, kind of into. But that was in December, so I was expecting for him to propose, like I was thinking maybe Valentine's Day. It was gonna, like, you know, he was gonna pop the question, and then I was like, okay, well, guess not. And then, you know, like little days kept happening that I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna do it now, or like he would say like, let's go do this, and I'd be like, oh, okay, like he's gonna do it, and stuff like that. But it just never happened. So I just kind of thought like, I know it's coming, but we'll see when it comes. Then on July 20th, we actually had plans in Austin. So we went to this thing called Jaws on the Water. If you're in the area, like if you're in the Texas, like Central Texas area, really close to Austin, there's, I think it's Lake Travis, and they have this thing in the summers where they put the movie Jaws on like a big screen, and you get to watch it on the water on like floaty tubes. You can take your own, and they have some there, and it was so much fun. It was such a fun date. It would be like a fun, you know, fun family event too. It was just the greatest. There's like the scuba diver that's like going underneath all the people, and like they'll like shake your you know, like your tube, or they'll like splash you. They're also like blowing bubbles, so you feel like random bubbles. Like, it's just fun. It was so much fun. You hear like people randomly screaming. It's just a good time. So definitely recommend to check that out, because that was super cool. But we had plans to go to Austin for that. Now, Luis, he went to college in Austin. He graduated from UT Austin. And so every time we're in Austin, he usually says something like, oh, like, I want to show you this. You know, I remember this from when I was in college. Or like, let's go eat at this place because I used to love going there when I was in college. You know, things like that. So that day we had plans to go. We were in Austin and he says, I really want to take this little hike thing that I did when I was in college. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go do it. I kind of was like hesitant about it, to be honest, because it was, middle of July, super hot. And I'm not trying to go on a hike when it's like 100+ degrees, right? But, he's like, it's not that bad and it's a really pretty view. Let's just go. So, okay, we go and we get to this like little area where, it was like a viewing area. So there's this like beautiful view of the river and it was just like really, really scenic. And Luis, takes out his drone. He usually carries it with him, and it's not abnormal for him to like put the drone to take a picture of us. We call them like drone fees, like selfies, but with a drone. So he takes out the drone, and you see me in the video. You will see me once I share the video that I'm just like standing there and I'm like, smiling real big. I'm like waiting for the drone to take our picture. And then he goes and because he was like hugging me, and he goes and he like does something with the drone. But I'm thinking like, oh, he's like changing a setting, something like that. And then he comes back, and as he comes back, I'm still looking straight at the camera. I'm still like, super excited about this picture. And like, I feel him tap my shoulder. So I turn around. As soon as I turn around, he gets down on one knee and he proposed. I have no idea what he said, y'all. He said something about wanting to go on adventures with me for the rest of his life. It was really sweet. I didn't hear it. I made him repeat it afterwards because I was so excited. I'm gonna cry. I was so excited. I was like jumping for joy. You see me in the video, like I was like, there's no audio to the video. The drone doesn't have audio. But you just, you see our faces. We're so excited. There's a little spot, when y'all watch that video, keep an eye out. There's a little spot in the video where Luis like does this like little jump. And I have mentioned before, like Luis is not the most, like he doesn't get excited very easily. He's a very, very calm, mellow person. And it was just the cutest thing that he was so excited. I will pop in a picture right here that is like my favorite picture of all time because he's smiling so big and you can just see his joy, and it's just the greatest thing. So it was awesome. It was so, so awesome. So of course I said yes, and I got this beautiful ring, which is like more beautiful than I could. I mean, this is like the dream ring, at least for me. Like, this is beautiful. And I'm just over the moon about it. I'm so, so, so excited. I can't stop looking at it. Luis keeps telling me, he's like, I'm gonna take that away from you because you don't pay attention to me anymore. Because I'm just like polishing it all day. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm so happy. So that happened July 20th. Then the following week was my birthday. My family came into town. Of course, they already knew. Luis was so sweet. He asked for my parents' blessing the weekend before he proposed. And of course, like right when it happened, I called my mom and I was like, I'm engaged. No, he proposed. And she told me, she's like, oh, that's why I hadn't called you all week. Your dad forbade me from calling you because he thought I was gonna like let it slip that, that he was gonna propose. So, because my mom usually calls me like every day or every other day, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, why hasn't my mom called me? But sometimes she gets super busy. So it was just funny. She was like not allowed to call me according to my dad and my little sister because she was gonna let it slip. So it was just so exciting. So that happened. Then, like I said, had my birthday, which we spent at Sun's Island. It was like an amazing day. And throughout the whole time, I've been feeling not well. Not bad, not super sick, not like I can't get out of bed, but I just knew something was off. There was like 1 or 2 times where I just felt weird. Like it was like almost like I wanted to tell Luis, take me to the ER, like like I'm about to like die. Like, and I don't know how to explain it because like I said, I wasn't sick. Like, it's not like, you know, I knew something was wrong. But again, I kept telling myself, you're just tired. Like, you haven't been sleeping well. So it is, you know, like, kind of was thinking it is what it is. Then my birthday passed, all of that passed, and my mom's birthday and my little sister's birthday are pretty much exactly a week apart. And they both landed on weekends. So I had told Luis I had to go down to my hometown anyway. So I had told Luis, you know, why don't we go down for my mom's birthday, then I stay there for the week, and then you go down again to like our hometown and pick me up the following weekend, you know, so that way I get to spend both birthdays with my family, and then also I get to spend a week in my hometown for like, so I can start planning the wedding. So that's what I did, and it was a really great time. You know, that's the plan with me that you saw in my, like, the newest plan with me that I posted. I'll link it up above, where, you know, it was that week that I was in my hometown. Now, a few days before that, I was sitting down in my office, I was working on orders, I wasn't doing any, like, you know, activity. I was literally sitting down, and I just felt my heart, like, start beating super, super fast, and I got scared. I got scared enough that I told Luis, I want you to come home. Now, luckily, it was, like, right around the time that he was, you know, getting off of work, so he came home, and he said, you know what, like, that's it, let's go to the doctor, because I had already been telling him, like, I feel like my heart's beating weird, like, you know, there's just something's wrong. But it wasn't, like, it hadn't really, like, scared me like it did that day. So, went to the hospital, they ran a few tests, the doctor said, your heart seems normal, you know, you may want to follow up with a cardiologist, but I think you should get some blood work done first, you know, so that we can check maybe there's like an issue with your thyroid, or, you know, like, he was giving me like different examples of things that could potentially be wrong with me. So I said, okay, they could do the blood work there, but we went to like one of those, not like, it wasn't an emergency room, but it was like one of those walk-in clinics. So I, like, you know, I thought like it would be cheaper if I just did it with my regular doctor or with, you know, a lab. So I went. The week that I was in my hometown, the very last day that I was there, I went to get my blood work done out. I kept putting it off because I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like, you know, it was just like a one-time thing. I'm totally cool. So went to get the blood work done, and when I got the results, it definitely wasn't what I wanted to hear. So, or it was just completely unexpected. I really didn't think anything was wrong with me. You know, the last time that I had gotten like a full checkup of everything, I was slightly anemic, and that was it. And that was maybe like 2 years ago. I probably should have, you know, done a checkup last year as well, but I didn't. And you know, but there was nothing wrong back like 2 years ago. So aside from being slightly anemic, and, you know, they gave me some iron for that, and that was it. And now this happened. So like I said, I don't want to necessarily share what's actually wrong with me, but I will tell y'all that, you know, my life is kind of different now. Have to take medication every day, probably will for the rest of my life. Certain things I can't do, and just, you know, things are different. But I feel better. Medication is obviously helping. Some changes I've made obviously helping. I feel the best way to describe it is I feel more alert. I feel like there was this fog over my brain that I didn't know was there, you know. I'm gonna cry, I'm like getting emotional. I didn't know, because I didn't know I was sick. So I just thought I was just tired. So I feel so much better already, and it's been, since I found out, it's been about a week and a half. I gave myself 2 days to cry about it. I cried about it, and then cried about it some more, and then cried about it some more, and then cried about it some more. And then, you know, thought, you know what, like, there's nothing that you can do. You know, nothing crying is gonna change. It's just something that you have to learn about and figure it out, you know, figure out how to live the best life I can live. So I, like I said, gave myself some time to cry, and then went on Amazon, ordered way too many books that I could probably read, and I've been going through those, trying to educate myself, trying to learn as much as I can about, you know, this disease, and yeah, just, you know, learn how to live the best life I can live now, you know, with different circumstances. So I'm happy though, because I feel, like I said, I feel more clear than I have in a very long time. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited that even if I'm sick, I can still feel better. And even if I know that something's wrong with me, and even know, you know, this chronic illness that's gonna be with me for the rest of my life, I know that I can still feel better, and that's exciting to me. So hopefully this, like, you know, feeling stays. Hopefully I continue to feel better, because, you know, from what the doctor said, like, it can take, you know, several weeks to months for me to really, you know, adjust to the changes. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm in a good place. I'm still sad about it. If I really think about it, I still get really sad. But I'm good otherwise, you know. So that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to update y'all on where I've been. I was gonna turn this into like a vlog, but I can see at the camera. One second. Sorry about that. I was checking, got an alert that we have cameras around the house, and there's an alert that there was motion in the front door, and not expecting any packages today, so I was kind of concerned, but it was a bird. So we're good. But anyway, I was saying, I can see this video has gotten quite long. We're at over 20 minutes, so I think I might just do this as a life health update, and then just start a normal vlog today. But y'all will see that obviously a little bit later than this. So thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all stuck around. If you did, make sure to give this a thumbs up. I know some of y'all will be concerned. I know that some of y'all might be worried. I know some of y'all might be annoyed that I'm not sharing everything. But regardless of what you're feeling, if you have a moment to send prayers, happiness, good vibes, thoughts, whatever it may be, I'd appreciate them. Even though I'm doing well, like I said, mental health, kind of struggling a little bit. Not so much the last few days. I think I've felt a lot better, but last week was really rough. But yeah, I'm excited to feel well, and I'm excited to continue sharing with y'all. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye everyone.